Gold Draw and Marine Boy has dropped out to last. Coming to the judge with a lap left to go. Grass Valley takes up the running, leads a length and a half. Rosebery on the outside of Centrix as they race out of the straighter. 2 lengths further back is Omni Flight, a length and a half back behind the Military Supreme on the inside of Gossips. Further back to Arcana. Gold Draw is in behind them third last, a length and a half. Baronial Boy, and last of all Marine Boy as they race onto the side of the track with about 1,850 metres left to go, and Grass Valley carting them along, led by a length and a half. Rosebery up on the outside of Centrix, a length and a half to Omni Flighter. He's followed closely by Military Supreme, who's on the rails. A half length further back as Gossips, a length to Arcana, a length and a half then to Gold Draw, being followed by Baronial Boy, and Marine Boy last of all would be about 10 lengths off the leader as they go along the side. Just over 1,400 metres left to go, and the pace is slowed down here. Grass Valley just in advance of Rosebery. Half a length further back as Centrix getting a nice run, followed by Omni Flight. And there's Marine Boy, has gone right around the outside from last to hit the front as they climb the hill. And Marine Boy is the leader, kicked out a couple of lengths in advance of Grass Valley as the speed has clapped on a bit, 2.5 lengths to Rosebery, being followed then by Centrix, a length to Omni Flight, followed by Gossips on the outside of Military Supreme. Then further back is Arcan, being followed by Gold Draw second last, and Baronial Boy is last of all. They're on the railway side, just over 1,000 metres left to go, and again it's Grass Valley moving up on the outside of Marine Boy, a length to Omni Flighter, a length and a half. Rosebery is fourth, followed by Centrix, then Gossips in behind them. They're followed by Military Supreme, and Arcan is further back in the field. Gold Draw and Baronial Boy last of all. Coming down the side past the 800, and on the outside now Grass Valley is tackled by Omni Flight, who's gone up quickly. Marine Boy is on the inside. Rosebery is just in behind them, a length and a half. Gossips making ground, followed by Centrix, and Arcan making ground also. Then Military Supreme, followed by Gold Draw, Baronial Boy as they come around the home turn. Marine Boy is the leader, getting away by about a neck on Grass Valley, and just in behind them Omni Flight, and pulled to the outside. Rosebery running on. They're followed by Centrix. Gossips being hard ridden to no avail at the moment, and further back to Arcan as they straighten up, where Rosebery on the outside is coming at Marine Boy, who's fighting back, and they're together. Coming to the 200 metre mark, Rosebery's taken the lead from Marine Boy. In third place, running on fairly now as Gossips, but Rosebery is the leader with 150 left to go. Gossips coming home well down the outside, followed by Marine Boy. Rosebery is the leader. Gossips is flying down the outside. Gossips going home, the better grabs the lead. Gossips got up to score by a long neck to Rosebery. Third home Marine Boy, followed by Gold Draw, Omni Flight, and further back to Grass Valley, followed by Arcan and Baronial Boy, and last Military Supreme. Well, that was being ridden for dear life on the home turn and not responding. Gossips, and you couldn't have put an up on Rosebery when they went to the 200 metre mark, but Gossips then started to knuckle down to his task, and he has grabbed the other one, the stablemate Rosebery, with about 50 metres to go. This has been a very good run. Gossips down the outside grabbing Rosebery, and Marine Boy, who went very fast as you saw there in the middle stages of the race, went from last to hit the lead going up the hill. Now here comes Gossips down the outside with a storming run to finish off the race with a good effort and go on and score, going away on the line by about a neck to a half length over Rosebery, and Marine Boy hanging on for third. So all placings 2, 1 and 10. 2, 1 and 10 official placings. Number 2, Gossips the winner, ridden by Stephen King, defeats number 1 Rosebery, ridden by Greg Hall, and number 10 third Marine Boy, ridden by Darren Beedman. In the first of the day, $3.80 and $1.50 for Gossips, $1.30 Rosebery, number 10 Marine Boy at $1.90, and the Quinella at $3.50. And Gossips, it's his first win for quite some time too, Gossips. I don't think he'd won a couple of years. I think his last win was about 2 years ago or something in the Anniversary Cup at Calandra from memory. And he has run home solidly to win the race in good style at the finish over Rosebery, and Marine Boy hanging on for third. Here's the trifecta coming up at $37.30. So all dividend
of the field, and they're all set and ready for dispatch. Starters onto his stand, and they're ready to break it. They're off now. Pretty fair start, although Thieves in Rhythm might have been a shade slow to move, and one of the first out is Bruschetta. Nimble Feet is away quickly. Queen of the Mall quickly striding along the fence into a handy posse, followed by Staging Pinpante, and then Thieves in Rhythm improving quickly on the inside of Emergency from Brown Eyed Girl and Bella Guardia, and Cool Lee is back at the tail of the field. At the end of 300 metres, Bruschetta the leader. Staging goes up to almost join her. Nimble Feet is third. On the outside of Queen of the Mall. Emergency obliged to travel 3 deep. Then Thieves in Rhythm on the outside of Pinpante, a gap to Brown Eyed Girl, followed by Bella Guardia, and Cool Lee is back last. At the 600 mark as they near the turn, and Bruschetta with the inside running, led about a neck on Staging. A length away being wound up is Nimble Feet, followed by Queen of the Mall. Emergency will be pushed deep on the turn, and then Pinpante, followed by Thieves in Rhythm as they come to the corner Into the straight, it's Bruschetta and Staging, and they're clear of Nimble Feet, who's now popped the question, followed by Emergency. In the straight, Bruschetta again got to a narrow lead over Staging, who wants to shift her ground. Nimble Feet on the outside is getting out after this leader. Bruschetta's got a nice break. Nimble Feet's the danger. Nimble Feet is going after Bruschetta. The 2.5 kilo claim will win the day for Bruschetta. Bruschetta by just on a length to Nimble Feet. Staging third, still a bit green, followed by Emergency, a nice run, and then Brown Eyed Girl, Pinpante, Queen of them all, followed by Cool Lee and Bella Guardia, and last is Thieves in Rhythm. Well, that was a master stroke to claim the 2.5 kilos on Bruschetta. Without it, she doesn't win. It's as simple as that. And this boy has ridden a number of winners for the Waterhouse stable in the last 3 or 4 months. Matthew Scorse, who's apprenticed to Johnny Morrish. Number 1, Bruschetta. Matthew Scorse, the winner, led most of the way. And despite being worried by Staging, she was able to kick away, and that 2.5 kilo claim made all the difference. It was a winning move to put Matthew Scorse up. Bruschetta 4.30 and 1.70. Now Nimble Feet, Craig Carmody to pay $1.60, and Staging third, Shane Dye, to pay $1.70. Numbers are 1, 3, 9. Fourth was Emergency, and fifth was number 4, Pinpante. But the winner...
And they're off. Sheer Expense first out from Prefer an Angel, Gifted Pearl. Duchess began well, so did Salamandra. Arctic Scent dropping back, being passed by Tonicity, and just in behind them is Natrone, followed by Seradica. Over on the outside is Worth Repeating, and Do Me a Favour is tailed out to last. Racing up the hill, and Prefer an Angel goes to the leader. Leads 1.5 lengths Tonicity. They're followed closely by Gifted Pearl on the outside of Sheer Expense. 2 lengths away then Natrona. They're followed by Salamandra. Duchess over on the inside, followed by Worth Repeating from Arctic Scent, who's third last. 1.5 lengths Seradica, and Do Me a Favour last of all as they travel along towards the 1,000 metre mark, and Prefer an Angel skipped away about 3 lengths ahead of Tonicity. 1.5 lengths Gifted Pearl. 2 lengths further back is Sheer Expense. 1 length Natrone. 2 further back is Duchess on the inside of Salamandra. A couple in to Arctic Scent, being followed closely by over on the outside Worth Repeating. 1.5 lengths Seradica, and Do Me a Favour. They're racing down past the 800 metre mark and doing it well in the leaders. Prefer an Angel out by 1.5 lengths. Tonicity second. Close up third is Gifted Pearl. Natrone around the outside of Sheer Expense, and Duchess behind them. Then Salamandra, followed by Worth Repeating. Further back Arctic Scent being shaken up, followed by Do Me a Favour and Seradica as they come around the home turn. 450 to run, and Prefer an Angel a half length on Tonicity, making ground around them now as Gifted Pearl. Duchess over on the inside is being ridden along, followed by Arctic Scent, and they're followed further back by Worth Repeating as they straighten up. Prefer an Angel travelling well, still over a length Tonicity. 3 or 4 lengths further back Sheer Expense. Arctic Scent is running on pretty well, and then Duchess, and they're followed by Gifted Pearl, but Prefer an Angel well clear with 100 metres left to go. She's got it shot to pieces and no danger, and Prefer an Angel leads all the way to score well by 3 lengths Tonicity. 2 lengths away third, making up ground. Arctic Scent was a good run, and they were followed next home by Sheer Expense, Seradica, Duchess. Further back Gifted Pearl, followed by Salamandra, Worth Repeating, Do Me a Favour, and last home is Natrone. Prefer an Angel dictating her own terms in the lead, never worried, and has bolted in, and the good run in the race, of course, by last year's Caulfield Cup winner in Arctic Scent, who had a big weight of 62.5, and she's rattled home well for third. You'll see her getting through here past Sheer Expense to take third money, but never in doubt really. Prefer an Angel. She bowled along easily in the lead and had no worries. Andrew Payne, the winning rider, raced by JR and PJ Mugovan. Mrs. S.L. McComb, PJ Grimsey, the estate of the late P.W. Farrelly, and Dr. A.N. Froanda, trained by John Sadler at Flemington. Number 6, Prefer an Angel. Andrew Payne at 4.30 and 1.50 defeats number 2, Tonicity. Dale Short at 2.60 and 1 Arctic Scent third, ridden by Glenn Courtney, will pay $2.60.
Off and running, and Paper Trail on the outside is about the first out. He's away brilliantly. Going out quickly is Morphe and Padovano, and Glowball showing good pace, followed by Penines working into a handy posse, and then Cocapelli. South Bend is back midfield on settling down. At the head of the others then as they travel about 200 metres is Pyjamas on the inside of Rubas. Further back is Pilfer, then Elusive Spy, followed by Port Loriga. Smart Rain is second last, and Epic Quest is last of all. Racing down to the 700 metres mark, and Paper Trail with the inside running is just the leader over Bellbrook and Padovano, and there might be another one up there too. There is. It's Glowball making a line of 4. 2 lengths away South Bend on the inside of Cocapelli. Out deep is Morphe as they near the turn. Penines is well back and under heavy pressure coming around the corner. At the head of the others then as they swing for home, Pyjamas, and Laley is very deep, and Pilfer well back. Straightening up now, Glowball on the outside took a narrow lead over Bellbrook and Paper Trail. South Bend is hooked out and is running on strongly. strongly. Glow Ball's the leader, having his first start. South Bend's the one to go after him. Glow Ball's in front. Cassidy goes for the whip. His South Bend in the Lone Star colours. He's going to get up, and South Bend wins for the Variety Club over Glow Ball. Third's very tight between Pyjamas or Pilfer wide out. Close up is Elusive Spy, then Morphe. Paper Trail weakened out of it, followed by Cocapelli, Smart Rain. Further back is Port Lorigar, and then Rubas, Bellbrook, Lalius, Penines never got in the race, followed by Padovano, and Epic Quest is last of all. South Bend showing the benefits of some race experience, having his 5th start today. Fit and hard. He set sail after that leader Glow Ball, which had drawn clear, straightening up, and South Bend finished right over the top of him and was coming away on the line to deposit about $10,500 into the coffers of the Variety Club of Australia for underprivileged kids. South Bend in the Lone Star colours, $8.60 and $2.50. I fair dinkum get a kick every time one of them wins. Gee whiz, what a marvellous gesture by the LaPointe family. What a gesture. All the X's are being covered by the Lone Star Steakhouses. 1% of restaurant turnover covers, you know what training expenses are. They're damn hefty. But Bob LaPointe pays the bills and gives the money away to Variety Club. You can't get a bigger heart than that. Now, Glow Ball second, ridden by Jimmy Cassidy, pays a place tote of $6.40. And Pilfer gets up for third. Number 5, Lenny Beasley, a place tote of $1.80. A close fourth was Pyjamas, and 5th was number 4, Paper Trail.
Katona, the inside runner, attended with it. They're off. And Katona first to begin from Northern Warrior. Maximal hunted out of the stalls. Litmus began nicely also with Markham just behind them. Superb Lady going fast with El Kadobis being followed by Saria, who's second last, and Silver Glade has dropped out to last. Katona in charge, about a half length to Maximal going quickly, and so is Northern Warrior in search of the lead as they climb the hill. A length and a half El Kadobis on the outside of Litmus being followed by Superb Lady. Saria in behind them. A length further back then is Markham second last, and Silver Glade is last of all. 1100 metres out, and again Katona takes up the running, about a length in advance of Northern Warrior. Half a length further back is Maximal. They're followed closely by El Kadobis. Litmus is on the rails. A half length further back then is Saria. Going fast now, Superb Lady. A length and a half further back to Markham, and Silver Glade last of all. They're on the railway side. 850 outer, and Katona under a tight rein by a length to Northern Warrior. A length and a half Maximal. A half further back El Kadobis. Then Superb Lady has caught 3 deep, followed by Saria. On the rails is Litmus. A length and a half Silver Glade, and Markham has tailed out to last. 650 metres out. Katona still the leader, travelling well. Leads a half length Northern Warrior, a length and a half to Maximal, being followed by El Kadobis. 3 off the fence, then Superb Lady, followed by Litmus, is starting to run on and pull to the outside. Saria and Silver Glade is back to behind them as they make the home turn. Markham is last, is about to swing for home. Katona being tackled by Northern Warrior, coming down the outside. Litmus and deeper on the track, Superb Lady. Maximal now on the clear, running on pretty well, but Katona is still nicely clear at the 200 by a length and a half to Maximal. Down the outside, Silver Glade is running on pretty well. Katona tackled by Maximal, and here comes Silver Glade down the outside. It's swapping them in the last little bit. Katona fights back. Silver Glade, Katona, they hit the line. Katona I think's just beaten Silver Glade, with Maximal third, followed by Litmus, and further back Saria, Northern Warrior, Superb Lady, Markham, and last home is El Kadobis.
2:30, 1:20 Katona, Silver Glade, 3:10 Maximal, 2:50, 1:27 Replay Gold Coast.
Next week, so this will be his final trial for Hobart. Gates open, off and running, and Mr. Neslow is actually first out, but he doesn't want to lead, and he's looking around for a pacemaker. Active Grace and Red Eagle pulling his way through, and Ron Zeno in the bright green colours being allowed to stride over by Lenny Beasley. At the judge the first time, and Ron Zeno takes over to lead Mr. Neslow, who's 3 deep on the outside of Red Eagle and Active Grace, followed by Darragh, and last of the 6 is Tennessee Oak as they go out of the straight. Now Beasley takes hold of Ron Zeno, and Mr. Neslow will probably have to go to the lead here. Mr. Neslow, which had been 3 deep, is now crossed and takes up the running by a length to Red Eagle, who's fired right up. He wants to go faster. Ron Zeno third, settles nicely, followed by Active Grace, and the last couple Darragh and Tennessee Oak. Down the back they go, past the 1400 mark and over the crossing, and Carmody allowed Red Eagle more rain to go to the front. This is the third leader so far. Red Eagle is in front of Active Grace, who now moves to second on the outside of Mr. Neslow. Now Dye came away from the fence again there because Mr. Neslow looked as though he might start to pull. Ron Zeno is tucked away on the inside, followed by Darragh with Tennessee Oak a half length away last of all. Red Eagle is over racing in front at the 1000 mark and led by a length to Active Grace, 2.5 to Mr. Neslow. Neslow on the outside of Ronzino. A length then to Darragh, and 3/4 away Tennessee Oak, who's last of the 6 coming around the top turn. Towards the 800 mark, Red Eagle is the leader. Active Grace second, Mr. Neslow third, holding Ronzino in a pocket, and Darragh is racing on the outside of Tennessee Oak as they come to the 700 mark. No change in order. Red Eagle in front of Active Grace. Now here's a move from the back. Glen Boss on Darragh has whipped around the outside to go up and make a line of 3, followed by Ronzino. Mr. Neslow dropped off a bit there. He wanted to spit out the bit and is now being hard ridden as they near the turn. And Tennessee Oak is last of the 6 coming to the corner. Red Eagle's in full flight on the bend, led by a length to Darragh and Active Grace. Ronzino poking up on the inside. Mr. Neslow wide out is still plugging away. In the straight, Darragh and Red Eagle are fighting it out. Mr. Neslow getting another go on with Tennessee Oak on the extreme outside. Darragh's just the leader from Mr. Neslow in the centre, and Tennessee Oak on the outside. Darragh, Tennessee Oak is coming home the better. Tennessee Oak does best in a tight finish, and Tennessee Oak wins from Darragh with Mr. Neslow third. A funny old run. He spat out the bit at the 800 and then got going again, followed by Red Eagle and Ronzino, and last of the 6 is Active Grace. Well, what a funny old run that was. He was up and back like an elevator, Mr. Neslow. He led for a while and he dropped off, and then he went up again. About the 700 he just lost all interest. He completely spat out the bit. Halfway down the straight looked as though he might still be in the finish, but Tennessee Oak has come from behind them all and beaten them fair and square at his 4th run back, and his first 3, the last run was all right, 5th in the Underwood Cup. The first 2 were ordinary, but he must take a bit of racing. He's a 6-year-old by Oak Ridge, and that breed do take a bit of racing. Tennessee Oak, $12 and $4.20. Darragh, a place dividend of $2.60. And Mr. Neslow, no third dividend. Numbers are 251, Tennessee Oak, Darragh and Mr. Neslow. The totes will be $12 and $4.20, $2.60 and no third tote.
Yeah, for the autumn sprint. The Golden Greek standing up well. There's the light. Ready. 1,200 metres the distance of the race. Away they go. Elegancy bounded clear on the outside from Lord Matthew. Getting away quickly is Lord Luskin, and going forward Dr. Zachary, and behind them Tuscany Fly getting up into a handy position, being followed by Vertigo from Aragon Prince back behind them. Lord Ted is second last, and the Golden Greek is last of all. Coming down the side now, and Elegancy a clear leader by a length on Dr. Zachary on the outside of Tuscany Flyer. 2 lengths away Lord Luskin, a length Vertigo on the inside of Lord Matthew. 3 lengths further back to Aragon Prince, 2 lengths to Lord Ted, and the Golden Greek is last of all as they come up towards the 600 metre mark. It's Elegancy in charge. Over a length, Dr. Zachary second, a length and a quarter further back, Tuscany Flyer on the inside of Lord Luskin. Just behind them going well, Lord Matthew, followed by Vertigo, a good long gap. The Golden Greek is making ground. Aragon Prince is back behind them, and Lord Ted is last of all as they round the home turn. 350 metres left to run. Elegancy is the leader. Lord Luskin coming down the outside, and they're followed by Dr. Zachary. Lord Matthew further back, followed by Vertigo as they come to the 250. Lord Luskin on the outside takes the lead here from Elegancy. Dr. Zachary, Vertigo. Lord Matthew can't go on at the moment. The Golden Greek is finishing very fast down the outside, but Lord Luskin is nicely clear, and Lord Luskin comes away for a good win. Lord Luskin by a length and a half. Elegancy ahead away third to Dr. Zachary, followed by Vertigo and the Golden Greek. Lord Matthew well back in the field, followed next to last there by Aragon Prince. So one of the tail enders there with Lord Ted, and absolute last is Tuscany Flyer. Good win to Lord Luskin at $4.10 and $1.70. Big tip on course. Too good for them, trained by Leon Corstens. First up from a spell, showed good form in the spring, and there he is, Lord Luskin, ridden by Stephen King, gives Stephen a winning double. And of course Stephen has a great show in the next event, the Mercedes-Benz Blue Diamond on Lady of the Pines. He's already ridden a double today. Lord Luskin, raced by Mr. I.J. Lewis, MP Sultana, P. Fasolio, G.J. Rayner, S.M. Midcraft and Mrs. L. Beryl, and trained by Leon Corstens at Flemington. Good winner there over Elegancy's fought on very well, and about a neck away third is Dr. Zachary. Lord Matthew, a big disappointment in the race. Looked to be going well before the home turn, but folded up just as quickly in the run of the post.
And they're ready to break, and they're off now. Good start. Came away in a nice even line, and Stony Fell Road and Unison are amongst the first out. Mother's Gift is striding through and will grab the lead shortly after the start, followed by Imprison. Now Star Joe's going to tuck in, although he's now getting between horses, and he might even be over racing a little bit in the early stages, followed by Orion and Crying. But 3 lengths covers this field at the 800 mark. Mother's Gift about a neck on Imprison. A length away away Unison. Orion fourth on the fence, and Star Joe is right behind Unison. Stonyfell Road is out 3 deep, and then Crying, and 2 lengths away last Clear Mandate at the 500 metres mark, and Mother's Gift is the leader. Oh, look at that one at the tail of the field, Clear Mandate. He was trying to buck there with Glenn Boss, who's going to pull him up, and he'll take no further part. On the corner, Mother's Gift is the leader over Imprison. Unison 3 deep, Stonyfell Road 4 deep, and Star Joe tracks them into the straight. Heads are turned for home. Mother's Gift and Imprison. Unison on the outside looks to have them covered. Star Joe is ducking back to the inside, but is not doing enough at the moment. Unison put the head in front of Mother's Gift and Imprison. Unison on the outside is a shade too strong, and she's drawing away in the last bit and wins at a half length to Imprison, with Mother's Gift third. Star Joe didn't do much over the last 200, followed by Crying, Stonyfell Road. Orion is last, and Clear Mandate. Oh, he's broken down in a hind leg. He gave me the impression he was going to buck with Glenn Boss at about the 500 mark, but obviously he was simply sitting down behind and looks to have broken down badly in a hind leg. As a matter of fact, the horse is in a bad way, Clear Mandate, and that is indeed actually the way he was splaying his hind legs there. When Glenn Boss brought him to a stop, almost as though he might have a pelvis problem. Unison didn't win by any fancy margin, but win she did. Unison, $2.50 and $1.30. You know, that horse has put in 2 shockers his last 2 runs, Clear Mandate, and you can't help but wonder if this problem was starting to surface on those 2 occasions. One of them was in the prime quality at Tamworth when he went awful. And here we are today, just a couple of weeks later, and he's broken down hopelessly.
And there's Thriller moving up. So they're just about ready for the Blue Diamond, the Mercedes-Benz Blue Diamond. Soon have them on their way. All standing well, 1,200 metres the distance. Millward stands up well. Knowledge the outside. Schubert, there's the light. They're off. Great start on the diamond, and one of the first to jump out. Sports towards the centre, out very quickly also. Lady Lexus showing speed accumulation. Thriller began well, so did Rose of Danehill. Millward over on the inside, working forward into a handy position, and being followed by Solia, and further back is Aveda. Dropping towards the tail of the field is Le Mans as they settle into stride and come down to the 800 metre mark. Sports takes the lead a length and a half. Rose of Danehill over on the inside of Lady Lexus, followed by Thriller. A bit further back, moving into the picture then is Schubert, being followed closely by Millward, who's over on the inside. Accumulation just in behind them. Cornwall Queen followed by Aveda. A length and a half, Lady of the Pines over on the inside, being followed closely by Befriend. And further back in the field then is Cannon Song, followed by Knowledge, and Solia has dropped out to last. On the home turn now, and Sports being headed by Thriller, and deeper on the track, joining in Accumulation, and very deep to Schubert, running on well, followed by Lady Lexus. In behind them down the outside of Aveda, and they're followed by Millward, who's a long way back as they come to the 250. Sports is the leader. Schubert coming down the outside. Rose of Danehill getting through in the centre, followed by Thriller. Deeper on the track, Knowledge and Aveda, but Sports is nicely clear from Rose of Danehill in the final stages. Rose of Danehill, and on the outside, Knowledge on the outside grabs them. Knowledge has got up to score from Rose of Danehill. Sports is third. Fourth is Schubert, followed by Lady of the Pines of Aveda. Further back in the field, a Cornwall Queen, followed by Le Mans, then Millward, and further back Accumulation, Cannon Song and Thriller, followed by Befriend Solia, and last is Lady Lexus. Knowledge coming with a withering run down the outside has tipped them all out in the Mercedes-Benz Blue Diamond. Terrific finish, and Knowledge getting up to beat the stablemate Rose of Danehill, with Sports looking the likely winner, 100 to go, finishing in 3rd place. And all placings after the Mercedes-Benz Blue Diamond. Victory to number 5, Knowledge. Knowledge is the winner, ridden by Danny Brereton, giving Danny his biggest success. He appears on the scene very late, as you'll see. Here he comes. Knowledge grabbing them to get up and score from Rose of Danehill, who beat off Sports. Schubert very wide on the home turn. The favourite didn't go on the straight. He's run officially 4th. 5th was Aveda. But a game win there to Knowledge. Really the deepest of the runners. There he is, about 4th last over on the inside with the blue, the navy blue with the white armbands and cap. Now, Danny's got him out of there. How he has, I don't know. You'll see him there poking up on the inside. Somehow he switched him to the outside of those horses, got him into the clear. This has been a great ride. You'll see him there, 5th or 6th. Now he's easing around Schubert to come around that horse. Evader is on his outside. Sports is the leader. Rose of Datehill under pressure. Schubert is 3 off the fence. Thriller can't go on. He's over on the inside. And here comes Knowledge. Right down the outside. And Knowledge getting up with a great turn of speed to score, making it 2 out of 3. A big winner of today's Mercedes-Benz Blue Diamond Stakes. Number 5, Knowledge. Raced by Mr. T. Huang and Mr. and Mrs. L.J. Williams, and Lee Friedman, the part owner, gives Lee his first success in the race, the Blue Diamond, and in fact he's made it the Quinella. Number 5, Knowledge, Danny Brereton. T-Rail by Last Tycoon out of New Acquaintance. Well, he won so well at Caulfield, but then a lot of people shied off him. In fact, most people shied off him after a rather disappointing run behind Millward in the Blue Diamond Prelude. But here today, Danny Brereton has ridden the horse brilliantly, as you saw there, to land him the winner. Here they come round the turn. Millward got a bit of a dust up there just before the home turn. And you'll see it in a moment. There he is with the grey colours. Millward, although he wasn't travelling well at the time. Knowledge is behind him. He's in an awkward position, Knowledge. Keep your eye on him. He's the navy blue with the white cap and the white armbands. Over there about 3rd or 4th last in the fence. Now Millward gets... Oh, he's turned sideways, Millward. Yes. Got a bad prat there. But I don't think he was travelling all that well at the time. And Knowledge, look at his run. It's been a beauty. Schubert under pressure at this point. Thriller under pressure. Sports looking to have the race won at the 200. Rose of Datehill starting to peg him back. And Knowledge into the clear now. Starts to really sprout wings in the final stages. Winning margin was a long neck. 3/4 of a length between 2nd and 3rd. And Knowledge, $23.30 and $5.70 in today's Mercedes-Benz Blue Diamond Stakes for 1997. Great winner. And Knowledge come back to scale after their win in the big one of the afternoon here at Caulfield. The Blue Diamond, the Mercedes-Benz Blue Diamond. Knowledge is the winner. 2nd placing to Rose of Datehill. And 3rd is Sports. We'll take you back to Hilton, back with the 6th on the card, the Jeffrey Belmain plate at 3:55.
I know you've got to have the horse under you, but you won't see a better ride than that anywhere. Drew 15 of 15 in a Group 1 $1 million race, and Danny Brereton had it 3 back the rail on the home turn. Quite amazing. What a brilliant ride. Let's go to Kembla, and here's Kevin.
3:36 by order of the stewards. Bookmakers are asked to draw a line. We'll have an announcement about betting immediately after the race. Melanie May, a late scratching at 3:36 after having dislodged the rider and breaking through the barrier. Righto, Ken, thank you. Yes, bad luck, and that certainly takes a little gloss off the Surround Stakes because we only had 6 to start with. Now there are 5. Melanie May went right off. I hope Rodney Quinn's okay. I think he is. They're off and running in the Surround. And first out is Gypsy Fire. Assertive Lass began well, and Late Night Fun on the outside, striding up to join them. Dashing Eagle's going to settle 4th and is going to track Assertive Lass. She's parked right on her wheel. And last on the inside is Priceless Joy. At the end of 300, Gypsy Fire led by a length to Assertive Lass. Nearly a length away is Late Night Fun, and Dashing Eagle is travelling on the outside of Priceless Joy as they go past the 1,000 mark. They've quickened considerably now as Gypsy Fire slips away to lead by 2 to Assertive Lass. Ahead away Late Night Fun. A length and a quarter to Dashing Eagle, who's travelling on the outside of Priceless Joy. 700 to go. Gypsy Fire in front. Assertive Lass second. Late Night Fun on her outside. A length and a half to Dashing Eagle, who's covering Priceless Joy as they go by the 600 mark, nearing the turn. And Gypsy Fire in full flight is the leader over Assertive Lass. Late Night Fun on the outside. And a length and a half to Dashing Eagle, now being wound up by Johnny Marshall. She'll have to make the turn 4 deep into the straight. Gypsy Fire, Assertive Lass, Late Night Fun, and Dashing Eagle is sweeping right around the outside. She's grabbed the lead. Dashing Eagle shot to the front, coming to the 200 over Assertive Lass, who's not done with. She's fighting on strongly, and then Priceless Joy, but Dashing Eagle clear with 100 to go, and the Eagle has landed in the Surround Stakes for Wolf Blass. Dashing Eagle beat Assertive Lass, Priceless Joy 3rd, and the Eagle clearly superior today. A distant 4th, Late Night Fun, and last of the 5 as they go over the line was Gypsy Fire. Clearly superior today, Dashing Eagle. She gave Assertive Lass a start. She made the turn 4 deep and exploded to the lead halfway down the straight. Once she hit the front, she didn't really get any further away from Assertive Lass, but beat her fair and square. Number 1, Dashing Eagle, Johnny Marshall.